Hey everybody, it's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today I'm down in sunny, beautiful Texas, down by Dallas. I'm here with my buddy Ralph Bezat from Fountainscapes AZ. We are doing a pond tour. We're going to show you lots of cool ponds that are down here, as well as one that we actually built. The North Texas Water Garden Society, they actually put together this really nice pond tour booklet. There's like 30 something ponds on this tour. We're gonna hit a couple of them because I want to see what it's all about, but wow, what a nice book that is. I mean, there's a lot of illustration here describing like what you're gonna see on the tour. Really well done. I'm excited to get started, but this one here is in the same neighborhood that we did a pond for our buddy Matt Tice. Let's go see what his neighbors got in the backyard. First of all, what a gorgeous property. These trees are looking fantastic. What a nice landscape. The house is just incredible. Hey Ralph, where are we going?
I don't know.
It looks like the open gate's over here. I imagine we go over there. So we'll walk in, let's walk into the backyard and see what they got.
I could only imagine that what we're going to walk on is going to be top notch. I mean, just look at the setting that you're walking through just to get to the pond.
Wow, that is beautiful. Look at this. Look at the gardens.
Oh, wow.
Down south, I love the vibrant plants they have down here. Just beautiful. Some art pieces in the garden, and you've got this really cool, very simple, looks more of like a lotus pool. Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
How's it going? Oh, this is not the pond?
No, gosh, not even close. I wouldn't do a tour for that. It's a hole.
So what do you got here?
So I just finished this garden. It goes all the way around the fence, and then this garden continues all the way around. But I've only planted to this far. So this garden's only 6 months old, the one in front of the fence. So there's a lot of allium and gladiolas and gomphrena. I have grapevines. This one got a few grapes starting here.
Beautiful.
And then the yard is an orchard basically. There's peach. You can see I just took 20 peaches off that one this morning. And then I've got plum, pear, apple. Then I've got cherry, blackberry, raspberry.
Wow.
Raspberry.
Did you build this arbor yourself?
I did not build the arbor or the treehouse. Pretty much everything else I built myself.
This is really interesting.
All the stonework and all the concrete works. Alliums. They're of the onion family. They were all purple a couple weeks ago. These things were bloomed first.
Oh, wow.
Look at the size of that thing.
That is beautiful. But imagine it.
That's Allium shaburtii.
Beautiful garden. So you have a water feature back in here?
Maybe.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's go see it. Oh, that's cool. I like that sphere out in the middle.
So I drilled a hole through that, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So these spheres were the entryway to this development before we built the new one. So they had these brick pillars, and each on top of the pillars was the concrete balls. So the night before they just demolished it, I went out there with my golf cart, knocked them off, and they weigh like 100 pounds. They're extremely heavy. And then I drilled a hole in one, and then just kind of put those around. But yeah, come.
Beautiful.
Take a look.
Beautiful.
So this is all concrete. I did all the concrete work. I did all the stone work. All the flagstone I cut and mortared myself.
That's awesome.
So
I love that.
And then surrounding it is a garden. It's supposed to look like kind of a mountain, because those are dwarf alpines over there. So all those are miniature alpine plants, and then there's a rock garden that comes down and a scree below that.
How long did all this take you?
I started 4 years ago, and I dug this with a shovel.
Wow. So why incorporate water into the garden?
This whole thing started off was to grow carnivorous plants. So there's Venus flytraps and there's Sarracenias.
Yep.
And so what I did is I took all the downspouts, converted them all into one 4-inch PVC pipe, dug a trench all the way from the house down here. It goes under here. There's a couple of valves underneath here, and the rainwater comes out here. So this is basically a rainwater garden.
Wow.
And it just kind of grew from there. And so that concrete ring I poured, but I put holes at the bottom of it so it stays wet all the time. So that's what the Sarracenias need. And then I dug out around it and put a rubber liner 2 feet down and filled it with a horse manure from my neighbor. And so these are all bog plants.
Do they need more of like an acidic soil? Yeah.
So the center is all sand and sphagnum peat.
Okay.
That's it, nothing else. And then the outside bog, that's an acidic bog. The outside bog is horse manure, basically.
Wow.
And so just one thing turned to another, I just kept building. OCD. You know? And then I wanted this, up here to just kind of cascade down, make a little noise, a little scenic. It looks really...
You did all that yourself?
Every bit of it.
That is fantastic.
I poured the concrete, I bent the rebar.
I love that.
So the whole...
Yeah.
That kind of happened by accident. But then I covered the concrete with slate and mortared all the slate.
Wow.
Had a few mistakes here and there. That's a separate cistern, but there's no aqua block underneath. It's just a water pit. And I poured the concrete slabs, they're about this thick on top, and I can pull them up and get underneath it. The pump's underneath there.
Wow.
So it's just water. There's nothing else. There's no rock underneath there or anything. It's just water. So it holds maybe 100, 200 gallons maybe.